Magic Treehouse Book Number 3, Summer of the Sea Serpent by Mary Pope Osborne. Chapter 3, Cave of the Spider Queen. Gentle waves rippled through the cove as Jack and Annie swam to the foot of the cliff. They pulled themselves up the boulders, soaking wet. They sat for a moment in the warm sunlight and caught their breath. "That was cool," said Annie. "Yeah, but why?" Jack gasped. "Why did he dump us way out here? What do we do now?" "Check the rhyme," said Annie. "What happens after we call for the help of the water knight?" Jack reached into his pocket and pulled out the seashell. He read aloud, "Call for the help of the water knight, then pass through the cove of the Spider Queen." "All right," said Annie. She took a deep breath. "Spider Queen." "Sorry," Jack said softly, "but don't worry. Maybe the Spider Queen is just a person. Maybe Spider Queen is her nickname." "But what if she's half a person and half a spider?" said Annie, "like the Rabbit King was half a man, half a raven." Jack shuddered at the memory of the monster on their last Merlin mission. "Don't think about that," he said. "Time's running out. Let's just find this cave." Annie nodded and smiled bravely. "Okay, you're right," she said. They stood up and started climbing barefoot around the craggy curves at the base of the cliff. As they rounded the corner, they both gasped. In front of them was the mouth of a cave. The mouth was covered with thick, sticky white ropes. The ropes were woven tightly together in a crisscross cobweb pattern. "If that's a spider web, we're in big trouble," said Annie. Jack tried to sound calm. The size of the web doesn't actually tell us the size of a spider," he said. "Plus, I once read that no spider on Earth is bigger than a dinner plate." "Yeah, and no horse on Earth is a giant fish tail either," said Annie. "Good point," said Jack. "Let's just concentrate on finding the Sword of Light before nightfall," he said. Jack picked up a stone the size of a foot softball. He hurled it toward the mouth of the cave. The stone sailed through the giant cobweb and into the cave, pulling the sticky rope that stretched down with it. Jack turned to Annie. "Ready?" he said. She didn't move. Jack took her hand. "Don't worry. I won't let any monster spiders get to you," he said. He nodded towards the mouth of the cave. "Onward, onward," Annie repeated in a small voice. Then together she and Jack stepped over the fallen web and entered the cave of the Spider Queen. Inside the cave, the walls were black and shiny. The ground was white and slippery under their bare feet. "Yikes!" Annie said, jumping back. A pale pink cloud scudded sideways across the rocky floor. "Don't be afraid," said Jack. That's not a spider." "I know," said Annie. "Sorry." As they went deeper and deeper into the cave, it grew darker and darker. Finally, Jack saw a faint light coming from the wide arch passage. "That way," he said. He stepped through the arch in a round chamber with a high ceiling. There were several large cracks in the ceiling that let in beams of sunlight. The misty light shined on a mossy green lattice on a green, spongy-looking floor. Silver droplets dripped from above, curved plump into tiny pools. Squeaks and chirps came from crannies and hiding places in the walls. "What's that noise?" asked Annie. "Probably just teeny cave crickets or baby bat," said Jack. "No, that noise," said Annie. "That was a noise." Jack listened. Then he heard it. A low whispering. He couldn't make out the words. It just sounded like whisper, 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 whisper. The hair stood up on the back of his neck. Then he began to feel scared. "This place is really creepy," said Annie. "No kidding," said Jack. "But we don't have to stay here long. The ramps will just have to pass through the cave. So let's hurry and pass through it." Jack and Annie walked through the ghostly green light of the chamber. The spongy floor squeezed beneath their bare feet as they searched for an exit of the cave. They both kept an eye out for the Spider Queen. "Hey, look at that starfish," said Annie. She pointed to a bright orange starfish clinging to a rocky ceiling. How did he get up there? Before Jack could answer, a wave crashed into his chamber. Water splashed over Jack and Annie. Yikes! said Annie. She and Jack jumped onto a mossy ledge jutting out from the wall. The waves swashed back out. There was a moment of quiet. Then another wave surged into the chamber and splashed against the cave walls, soaking Jack and Annie again. Oh man, said Jack, the tide must be coming in. Soon this whole cave will be flooded. The wave was in. For a moment it was quiet again. We better leave now, said Jack. Quick, we're back the way we came in. Jack and Annie jumped down from the ledge, but before they could escape, another wave crashed into the cave. This will sweep them off their feet and pull them down into foamy water. Jack grabbed Annie's hand, fighting the swirling current to climb back onto the mossy ledge. The water churned and gurgled around the chamber. We can't go back the way we came in, said Jack. The waves will just keep knocking us down and we'll get caught in the current. Maybe we can get out through the crack, cried Annie. She pointed to the widest crack in the cave ceiling. It was a high above the swirling water. It's too high, said Jack. We can't get up there. He looked frantically around the flooded cave, searching for another way out. Suddenly, he froze in horror. Clinging to the ledge near the ceiling crack was the Spider Queen. She had 8 red glowing eyes. She had 8 long hairy legs, and she was much bigger than a plate. The Spider Queen was bigger than Jack.